Twitch is asking me about something before it's letting me get to my thingy. Something. Oh god, and it's all echoey. Are you sure you want to opt out? Opt out of what? I don't want to read this crap. Are you sure you want to opt out? Opt out of what? I don't want to read this crap. Okay, sure, yeah, enable, I suppose. Great, sure. There we go. Now I've muted the sound, it won't be echoing. Lovely. Right, this is my flight today. From Amman to Cairo. I'm going to pass through Israel and over the Gaza Strip as well. Mostly over it. Israel and Palestine. Fun, fun. Feels like we can't really fly through this area without, you know, giving it a bit of a nod. But yes, we're just going to fly over. Yeah, it seems strange to come all this way and not. Right. So, I feel like I'm forgetting something. Ah, yes. Loadout. I should probably get that done, eh? If I remember rightly, that was a 2. That was a 5. That's weird. Down arrow was very unresponsive there. I should probably be hitting tab. That's okay, I'll just use the mouse. Is that? Well, it really doesn't hold much fuel, does it? Yeah, I'm going to want more than half a tank. Let's go up to like 75. There we go. Probably just used that. Let's give a wee bit of cargo, although I normally put it. Oh, why's that gone back to 170? That's very strange. Just look at the replay, see how that happened. Doesn't make a lot of sense. Let's realise as well I can't even see my chat. Why is that? That's weird. Twitch chat has disappeared. Might be because I have it on a tiny monitor. But no, I just don't. Why don't I have chat? That's very strange. Ah, found it. Tiny little button. Cool. There we go. So we'll do that. It's done it again. Why does it insist? 0. Do that and then do that. No? It just randomly puts whatever it feels like. How bizarre. Well, randomly puts exactly the same. Huh. Odd. Oh, my chat's disappeared again. What the hell? There we go. Apparently moving the windows also enough to make the chat disappear. That's bizarre. Yeah, it's not a good sign for today. Everything's being weird. So I've just noticed I don't have an icon up here. Alright. Got that. Let's... yeah. Ah, also I'm recording early enough in the day that it's still dark. So it's going to be a very rare night flight. Let's just double check the loadings. Yes, yes, yep, yep, yep. And then it should be, hopefully. Don't know what the weather's like, but we should be fine. Let's fly. Stream. Oh, it's very dark. Where are we? Okay. Well, hang on. No, one more. Yeah, we almost forgot. Okay. Let's share it around. Oh, God. Controller. Got lots and... Oh, dear. Where's the controller not working? Hang on. I've got... Oh, yeah. Yeah, controller's working now. Although, that's weird. Huh! I don't remember that being a thing. Okay, so it's done all that for sleeping. Okay. Now I'll drop flaps a bit. Let's go. And brakes, probably a good idea too. Got lots of reflection on my screen. I think I need to close the curtains soon, but we'll get in the air. It would have been nice to do this during the day, but I guess a night flight is interesting. Did I? Oh, apparently I didn't have a... Didn't bother having 100%. I thought it's taken a while to accelerate there, and it's because I wasn't at 100% throttle. Let's bring this mic down a bit too. I'm wandering off the runway. Alright, let's... Up we go. Cool. Looks kind of misty.
Cesna Golf Sierra Alpha, continue for west departure.
Will do.
Amman Tower Cessna Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra Alpha, continue for west departure.
Yep, I'm all over the place. That's Amman. Okay. So, autopilot. This must be reasonably high city, because we're already at 3,000 feet. Oh. 7 should be good. I need to refresh myself on this system. And let's get rid of that. Turn the volume down on my ears as well.
Sierra Alpha leaving my airspace frequency change approved.
Okay.
Amman Tower Cessna Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra Alpha frequency change.
We really are quite low in relation to the ground. Very high up. Alright, I'm gonna go close the curtains. There we go. Hopefully the volume levels are all good. Oh, that's the other thing I should do as well. Put my flaps back up. There we go. Help a wee bit. Also, almost certainly running rich. I used to get a percentage thing on this. Yeah, about there. Maybe one click more. It's certainly a bit misty. It's very pretty though. What is the time? Where's the time? 2:37 in the morning. Is it? No. That's not the local time. What's the local time? I don't know. Can't be local time. It's like GMT time. quickly look that up. Ooh. Big hill, hello. Glad we're climbing for that one. Right. Let's look up if there's a way to see local time. I mean, maybe. I don't know. I think we're finally in daylight savings here, which would put us an hour out from GMT, which that still seems like we're more than an hour away from. Yeah, see, it says, just Google the time, would be 5:40 in Amman right now. UTC, is that Universal or something? UTC. Yep. Coordinated Universal Time. Or, as those letters put it, would be Universal Time Coordinated. Still. Ooh, what are we about to fly over? Wrong way. Ooh. Wow. I really wish it was daytime. Still looks very pretty. Looks like that thing I found that was describing the time, where to find the different times, was actually just in the menus, not in the game itself. So I'm not sure if there is a way. Right. Let's see if we can get a map up. Wikipedia at the moment. There's the map. And we want to interact with the map. There we go. Of course it defaults to focusing on New Zealand, because that's where I am. Right, so transition, and actually can we, does that make a difference? Whoa. Changing the size of the window so I can see it a bit easier. Right, so die. No, it doesn't show my pointer, does it? No, I can change that. I should change that. But I'm not too sure how at the moment. So we'll do that. Properties. Nope. Cancel. Where would the pointer thingy be? There's an interact button. That's very nice. Now I just need to find the display mouse pointer. But I only want to. I really don't want to just. I don't know. Hang on. Hey, Duff. Do you know? Probably going to find it about now. But how to show the pointer, because my pointer is very hidden at the moment. Also, are my audio levels okay? Stream. Cool. Output, no. Video, no. Yeah, I swore that there was a an option. I think there's even a like a at least I thought there was even not only the ability to display the pointer, but to make the pointer more obvious, which I don't necessarily need. It's in full screen at the moment. Although, actually, I think even if I had the pointer thing going at the moment, it wouldn't be much use, because what I'm using is in a window, so the mouse pointer would probably be all over the place. Hang on. I'll do that over. No. Yeah, no, it's alright. I don't think it would work anyway out. Oh, it's not a big... Yeah, it's the thing. I'll swap scenes. Scene 2. Transition. See, yeah, there's the pointer there. That's... I think that is the game pointer, though. I don't think that's Windows pointer. Not 100% sure about that. But yeah, it's the scene. Yeah. I think it's because of the windowed nature of the other scene. Could be... Oh, hang on. I can't... Ooh. Oh! Oh! Okay. Double click apparently because you zooms in, but that's... flying over... Oh, is that the... Is that where the Dead Sea is? Holy shit. I did not know. So we were... flying over the Dead Sea. Yeah. Interesting. Don't get... It's like 5:40 in the morning here though, so you don't get the most amazing views. Pretty though. So how are you doing, Darth? Flying over Jerusalem in about 4.5 minutes. They just released another big update, another content update for the sim as well. Germany, Switzerland, and a couple of other places. Which is pretty impressive considering the sim to come out to replace this is coming out November the 20th. And they're still releasing content for this one. We got altitude now. Are we not? Still climbing. Still climbing. Which actually makes me should probably adjust my mixture again. There we go. Compatible data for the two. Oh, yeah, I was kind of... There's definitely... Well, they said that all the aircraft and basically everything we bought on the store for it will transfer across. So there must be a higher level of compatibility for it. It wouldn't... Wow. Yeah, I'm wondering. Because all that stuff that they've released is downloadable content. Which is interesting. Because a lot of... Like, a lot of the planet as you fly over it is actually downloaded in real time. Or real-ish time. That's how they managed to keep the download size relatively small, but the detail quite high. But yeah, I guess it would make sense that yeah, those extra detail things that, cause they're like 20 gig each, 25 gig. I think probably some of them are a bit smaller, but they're big, so it would make sense that the new game would still benefit from them if they're making them with that in mind. The initial install size for the... Oh, I wonder what my plane was doing then for a second, but we just hit the waypoint. So that should be the airport. Very close. No? Yes? No? Actually, no. Maybe I just had literally the waypoint as the centre of the city. Which looks like it, because I don't see an airport around here. What was I saying? Oh yeah, something about the download with the game. Oh yeah, the initial install size for Flight Sim 24. Something like 50 gig or something, which is about half. So they're planning on having you stream more of it and download less of, and actually have installed less of it. But yeah, it was always an option if you wanted to with this and you had a big enough hard drive. You could always download everything they had and just play it at home without an internet connection, but you would have needed yeah, I don't think there was a hard drive big enough to actually do that. It was an enormous I don't think it was quite in the petabytes range, but it was pretty bloody big. Like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of or at least tens. Sorry, not I was thinking gigabytes then for a second. Probably tens upon tens of terabytes at minimum. Actually, let's look that up. Oh no, I was right. Initially I was right, thinking like, it's like, was it petabytes? I was like, nah, surely not. No, it is 2 petabytes. Although, that was what they used, 2 petabytes of data to put together, so whether that's actually... I imagine they would have compressed that. Hard to find a straight answer, but I know you can definitely download at least big sections of it. I just found a polymath. I just found a post of somebody complaining that all the free updates plus all the free aircraft that they've given out is a 400 plus gigabyte install. I mean, uh-oh, did I just... Don't change that. There we go. So yeah, I know I've had the extras installed at some point, but I keep it to a bare minimum these days. I install them if I go to those areas. So pretty sure there's no updates for this area. It'd be quite wasted it being night time if there was at the moment. Back off from it being 100% throttle. Give the engine a bit of a rest. Yeah, this feels like a relatively short flight compared to a lot of ones I've done. Though it helps I've kind of broken it up into waypoints. Makes it feel slightly less intimidating. I was looking at some of the paid mods on this as well. A few Spitfires. There's one Spitfire that's beautifully detailed, a bit like. In fact, they probably do one for DCS, so it's like fairly high-end DCS levels of detail. And then there was another one that was still supposed to be reasonably all detailed, but a bit cheaper. They'd done like 5 different Spitfires, I think, or 5 different Spitfire packs. There's a lot of their packs may have included 2 or 3 similar Spitfires. There is no combat in this, but still, it'd be nice to fly a Spitfire around. The highly detailed one was like 44 New Zealand dollars. The less detailed ones by the different company were sort of less than 20, but shouldn't really be buying either of them at the moment. How was the park, Polymath? Hey, what is the wind doing? 2-knot wind, 2 to 3 knots. That's not bad. Excessively, yeah. Tell me about it. What brought you to the realization that you're excessively? Were you running after child? It's scary how quickly being unfit creeps up on you. Especially as you get older, it's just like, oh my god. I think back to, even when I wasn't fit, but I was still in my 30s, which luckily you are, which is just, I need to get, what? Okay, that nickname threw me. Doesn't make you play basketball, but it's so good for you. We should all play basketball and get a bit fitter. Oh, look. Airport to our right. Yeah, I remember, like, I don't know, it must have been, God, so I don't think I was quite 40 yet. I must be in my late 30s, and I just decided to walk from the end-ish of Northeast Valley all the way to Waitati, and yeah, my legs felt a bit funny at the end of it, but it was like not that big a deal. Whereas now there's like, I've got so many, like, I don't know, my knees would be very, very unhappy with me. My hip joints would probably be reasonably unhappy with me. But also just like tendons that just start screaming at me after I've been using them for like 10 minutes or so. They're like, no! don't wanna. Gonna hurt on you now. It's like, no, but. I'm just going for a walk. It's not that hard. I'm not running. God, if I start running. Yeah, my audio levels reasonably okay. They seem like they're reasonably okay. Need some boob control. Ah, good. Yeah, I thought it should be because I haven't played with it, but yeah, that being said, sometimes things just seem to change for no apparent reason on my computer. I'm going over another. So that's our next waypoint ahead of us. And then, yeah, and we'll be, once we make that turn, I think we'll be pretty close to flying over Gaza. It's funny, once you get to sort of the, not so much, I suppose even getting to the Middle East, but yeah, once you get to this sort of area and you start heading into the, like once we get to Europe and that, but even the sort of North Africa, like the countries just feel so small compared to what we've been flying over in comparison. Like fly for half an hour or so and you're in another bloody country. This trip in total, from beginning to end, I think it's just over 2 hours, all things being equal. But that doesn't necessarily take into account wind, but there isn't much wind at the moment, so that's pretty good. So we will be going into a slight headwind, but it's only like 2 or 3 knots at the moment. Once we start heading sort of more west, so hang on. Yeah. Sort of southwestish. Yeah, it's not. It's between 1 and 2 knots now, so hopefully that continues to be nice to us. 20 seconds before we hit that next waypoint. We've probably got like, I don't know, an hour and a half-ish left. Here we go. Making the turn. I'm not 100% sure, but I think about an hour and a half. I didn't take a huge amount of... so yeah, we've got half an hour till the next waypoint. But the next waypoint isn't the last waypoint, but it's probably one of the bigger legs of the trip. I'm capable of summarizing. Can take something down from 10 sentences down to 9. That's summarizing, right? Yeah, relatively short flight today. Trying to do it in bites that I can manage. Plus, I should be cleaning up a wee bit, but got lots of housework to do. But I also do want to get this done before the new game rolls out. So it must be... So I think it's local time here in the game would be about 6 in the morning now. So I think by the time we're actually flying out of here and flying into Egypt, it'll be pretty much daylight. Very close to it. Just trying to figure out exactly where we are. I have a feeling, if I transition there, that we are more or less, it's either Shod or Ashkelton that is right in front of us at the moment. I would guess that it's Ashkelon, and then after that we'd be flying into Gaza, I think, but I'm not amazing with my geography, not even close. Yeah, so the two cities I mentioned before, that must be those two. So much population in such a small area. Uh-oh. Salary ban. Darth, are you starting a war on in my chat? Sky getting lighter and lighter. We're flying away from the sun, but not fast enough to outrun it. To get a Concorde at some point, then we could reverse the sunset. This controls for the viewing stuff always feel a bit backwards in this. I end up spinning the camera around in a way I'm not expecting. What's this? Yeah, where's my chat? Just bringing the salary war to... No, don't do that. Salary started the war technically. Just recruited the weak of will and mind. Weak of mind says the guy who can't see salary right in front of him. Oh, I feel like we're getting some salary law here. War Thunder and DCS did that too. War Thunder had an invert. Yeah, this is the left and right, which is actually does actually kind of make sense, but it doesn't. Yeah, I don't know. There's... Uh-oh. No. Autopilot back on, please. Accidentally turned autopilot off. But I swear... Oh. Sometimes... I don't know. Like, thinking about it now? Oh, I think this is the border. I've flown off over here once before when I wasn't streaming quite a while ago. And yeah, I believe this is the border here. Stealth celery. But yeah, sometimes I don't know. I don't know why I get it wrong. Oh, actually, maybe is it the mouse? Depends. Hang on. Yeah, do that way. Yeah, the mouse does it backwards compared to the stick. So because I tend to use both occasionally, and yeah, that's right. Okay, so if I drag the mouse that way in here, it looks that way, but if I drag it this way here, it looks the other way for some reason. But the stick, oh, wrong stick, does it both ways the same. So yeah, that's what confuses me. I've finally, now that I've articulated it, I'll probably understand, like actually hopefully get it right from now on. Nope. The up and down still gets me occasionally. But yeah, we are now flying over Gaza. Interesting. It's quite a stark difference in the way things are laid out. We're all just kind of crammed in. Stealth celery. Was it stealth celery that started everything? Also, why both your names purple? I thought. Hang on. Where is my? There we go. Two new messages. Yep, there we go. Yeah, once we get to Egypt, I want to do some flying around the pyramids, as long as it's light enough. Otherwise, I guess we could do that on the next flight, maybe. Somebody from the Netherlands. Hello. Welcome to the channel. You had celery sneaking to your inventory in Starfield. I actually didn't even realise you played Starfield, Darth. What did you think of it? Also, surely that wasn't the... I thought the celery thing was long before Starfield was ever a consideration. Let's see if I can find my mints. Oh. Where are they? Got my headphones and my keys. Oh, that might be them. Yes. Mince, glorious mince. Yeah. Sun is getting very close. Less than 20 minutes left of this leg. So it'll be... Pretty sure the next waypoint's in Egypt, so it's less than 20 minutes to Egypt. Thinking our flight will probably take us over the Netherlands at some point. Halfway around the world flight, so flying from New Zealand to the UK, and it's to Wales to be precise, down to Cardiff International. But yeah, I started the flight, like, I haven't been flying as often as I'd like, because a couple of months after starting my flight I ended up getting a job, which is kind of made it a bit harder to fly. Not so much spare time now. Spare time and willpower to continue. So yeah, started in New Zealand and managed to make it all the way to, like, I think I just made it to no, it wasn't Iraq. Might have been Iran. I don't know. I think I just made it to the Middle East. So when I suddenly ran out of spare time. So I've put them up on my YouTube channel, and most of them aren't super. Like, the earlier ones are a bit more interesting because they're a bit more like this, where I'm a bit more interactive. But some of my later ones are literally just the airplane flying, because I just want to get it done, and I've got housework to do and all that, so I'll let the plane fly on its own for an hour or two, or three, and pop in and check on it every now and then. But yeah, today, flying from Amman to Cairo and flying over Israel, and yeah, I wanted to be here. Just kind of check it all out. So we're flying beside Gaza at the moment, and I think that might be the border between Israel and Egypt. That would make sense. That's the border. Let's have a look on the map. Yeah, that is, comes to a very sudden stop. So yeah, we are almost out of Israel. So how much longer have we got? Yeah, less than 15 minutes to the next waypoint, which might actually be... Does it say? Oh yeah. It feels like that's less than 15 minutes away, but okay. Yeah, that's another... That's right, I remember now, that's another airfield. So, probably not a huge amount of stuff around there. Now we're doing pretty good for fuel. I just realised what you'd said, the fellow end country person. It does sound slightly I mean, New Zealand. Yes, New Zealand begins with N, so in Netherlands N. It's the statement N country by itself these days would just sound a bit wrong. Oh, I think we are a few seconds. Hang on. I would say we are, yeah, more or less now officially in Egypt. That sun is very close to coming up. Actually see reasonably well now. Yeah, I think it does. It's like an island, I think, or a couple of islands off the coast. Like decent sized, sort of. Well, decent sized as far as islands off the coast of Europe go, if I remember rightly. Hey, look, we've got a map here. We could have a look. Let's zoom out a bit more. There we go. Netherlands. Where are you, Netherlands? Ah, Netherlands. Oh, maybe it wasn't an island. Was I thinking of somewhere else? Not sure. Zealand, where are you? I thought it was an island. I'm just remembering wrong. Maybe. No idea where Zealand is. Thought it was along the coast somewhere. I could try searching. And it's, if I remember rightly, yeah. You guys both spelled, well, obviously the Dutch guy's going to spell it correctly, but well done, Polymath, you spelled it correctly too. Okay, I give up. I think, hang on, one more eyeball scroll across the Netherlands. No, I'm definitely not seeing it. Okay. That's my keyboard. No. There we go. I had initially actually kind of looked in the right area. And it's almost islands. I mean, peninsula. Peninsula's like an island that just can't let go, right? I don't feel so bad that I couldn't find it, because even now I don't see the name anywhere, and I'm probably just looking straight through it. But yeah, there we go, that's Zealand. Cool. Yeah, I don't know why it doesn't have the name. The name there. Or I don't know why I'm not able to see it. I mean, obviously it's got the name on the side there, but just on the map itself I don't see it. Yeah, well that's like in New Zealand we've got provinces. Like the province I live in is called Otago. I think it's actually, Otago's like one of the biggest provinces in New Zealand. If not the biggest. If I remember rightly. Not that size matters all that much, but, you know. Oh, 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 the sun's coming up! Oh, just caught the first couple of pixels right on the edge. Oh. We need some Disney music now. Oh, it's going back down. It's like, no. No. Oh, it's coming up again. That does look very good. The graphics in this are bloody amazing, they really are. The sun is very reluctant. Friesland. Nice. Dockham. I don't know what it is about this. Friesland and Dockham, they're two aesthetically pleasing to the eye names. I like the way those words look. They sound kind of cool too, but there's something about those letter combinations that are quite pleasing. Oh, yeah, it's rising properly now, the sun. Getting up there. Oh, oh, oh. That distortion is cool. God, that's well done. Shall we just keep watching it for now? Let's keep watching the sun. Good sunrise you can watch without burning your retinas out. Oh, horizon there with the hills off in the distance. So cool. So picturesque. So do you, Harriet, do you play Flight Sim at all? Oh, very nice. How do you find 24 compared to 20? Seemed the screenshots look pretty amazing. I'm trying to complete my flight to the UK before 24's officially out, seeing as I started it when this game was brand new. It's a matter of pride to get it, that I didn't take so long that a new game had literally come out. I think it'll be a while before I buy 24, especially as I just don't have that much time to play. But 24 does look pretty cool. Yeah, the close-up graphics look like they were a big bump up. Plus, you could actually leave your aircraft and walk around, which is kind of cool. And they've got careers, which seemed like that could be really good too. It's getting close to hitting the next waypoint. How do you find 24 runs on your computer compared to 20? Is it similar sort of frame rate, or is it more demanding? Because I know they managed when 20 first came out, like over the years they've definitely made 20 run considerably better. I think for a while the graphics actually took a bit of a nosedive as part of their optimization, but that seems to have gotten better as well. Yeah, the sun's almost fully up now. It's a bit brighter on top, more glary. So down the side is that you can see other user characters if you wish to play with other people in group sessions. Okay, so there's like a menu for finding other people to play with. That's pretty cool, because I think this one is like you can fly together with friends, but otherwise it's pretty random who you come across. Sun is pretty much fully up. That lens flare. Oh, we have hit our waypoint. Alright, I think we'll call that fully up for this one. That's cool. Right, what have we got? Oh, lots of desert, and there should be below us. Hey, there we go. That's a nice looking airstrip. Looks like there's a disused airstrip there too. Oh, that sun's getting bright. Ah, look at that. So picturesque. The map. We got. Oh, okay. Yep, this is a long leg. This is over an hour for this one. but I think this is the last one. Hang on, let's zoom in a bit. And then... Oy, oy. Yep, this is the last leg of the run, but it's a good hour and 9 minutes by the looks. Actually, that's a good thing. I thought we were flying into Egypt. We must be. Yeah, hang on. It doesn't look right. It doesn't look right. Let's go back to the map. So we're currently at Zealand. Doo-ba-doo. Oh yeah, no, that is right. Yes. Let's have a look. Oh, hang on. So what's this? That's it's basically a state of Egypt. Okay. Right. Ah, Sinai. South Sinai? Okay. Another place controlled by Egypt. And doing that. You're not going to highlight the whole of Egypt. Oh well. And obviously down there, and then there. Right. Okay. Slightly less confused now. Okay, so you got decent PC, so yeah, FPS. Yeah, I mean, even people with a 4090 will get, if a game's not well made, can end up with bad FPS. It's like if you play Star Citizen with 100 people on it. It doesn't matter how good your PC is, the frame rate is gonna tank. Microsoft Flight Simulator 4K Ultra Mode 50 including screen triple setup. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I haven't got any Discord things set up here. Very casual streamer. I do have a Discord, but I just pretty much use it for personal use. But yeah, I got a 3080 and a 10th Gen i7, which does okay at the moment. I won't be upgrading that for a while. I think I had my last PC almost about 8 or 9 years, I think, before I upgraded that. It was a pretty decent system when I started it, so went to get pretty decent hardware at the time, and then just run it until it needs a replacement. Ah, nice. So what's the... Is that 13th or is it Intel? 128 gig, nice. Yeah, I'll never have issues with that. I've got 32 in mine, which has been okay. My daughter's PC, which I bought her a PC just over a year ago now, I ended up putting 64 gig of RAM in there. Mostly because we were using it to run a modified Minecraft server and the client at the same time, which was remarkably memory hungry. There was hundreds and hundreds of mods on this server, and yeah, both the server and the client, when they were running, used almost a full 32 gig each, so it's probably maybe about 30 gig each, but yeah, there wasn't much RAM from the 64 gig left by the time she was running both. Wow, it's pretty. Wouldn't want to be lost out there though. Funny thing was, my daughter's PC's got quite basic. It's not gaming RAM, it's just the most basic you could buy, but it does have an which generation is it? I think it's 11th or 12th generation? I think it's 11th generation i7. But yeah, goes bloody well, and it uses my old 1060 graphics card, but in that setup, my god, talk about getting the most out of the graphics card. Like, the graphics card is obviously the bottleneck in the system for certain things, but it does bloody well. But it's only got a fairly small power supply unit, so I couldn't go too crazy with the graphics card. An i9 14, yeah. What sort of cooling are you running on that? Because that was... I don't know about the 14th generation i9, but I remember one of the recent i9s you couldn't get it to maximum performance because it was running too hot. Yeah, you kind of needed... certainly the default cooling that came with it was completely inadequate. You needed really good cooling to even think about running it close to its maximum maximum default. I'm not even talking about overclocking. Like, non-overclocked, the i9 was just too hot for its heatsink. Not that you need to be running that flat out all the time. Yep. Yeah, there's no need to be running it real hard. Was the 14th generation affected by Intel's wee fuck up with their voltages? So I'm pretty sure that it was the 12th and the 13th definitely were. I'm not sure if the i9... I think the i9, the i7, possibly the i5s were affected. It's one of the few times I was actually quite glad I had an older CPU. .24 gigabytes on a graphic, nice. I don't know much about the Radions, but I'm assuming that's their top of the line. The new 1590 that's coming out so far sounds absolutely ridiculous. Like, ridiculous to the point where even if I had the money, I'm not too sure I'd want one. Well, it's 600 watt max draw. It's just... hate to imagine how much heat it would be pumping out. It's an interesting mark on the ground. Blue. I'm guessing that's clouds and satellite photography. Looks like the sand's gone blue. It's so pretty around here. Like desolate as hell, but pretty. Better than the 40 and the graphics card that you've got. Sandstorm. I think they actually do have sandstorms in Flight Sim 2020. But if you've got real weather turned on, then you would literally need one. What did you miss, Polly? Because we didn't have a sandstorm, but I'm pretty sure you can get them in Flight Sim 2020. Yeah, no, we didn't have one. You can get them, but I've got real weather turned on, so we would no, we didn't have one. Because I've got real weather turned on, we'd literally need to fly into a real sandstorm for there to be a sandstorm. Harriet, are you saying that the sandstorm is only in 2024 and not in 2020? Because I could believe that, but I thought I had. Trouble is, you can see screenshots from 2024 and it's similar enough that you might mistake it for 2020, which is what I might have done. But yeah, I know the weather and that in this is pretty amazing. But yeah, 2024 should have everything this has plus more. Do not touch screens. But I wanna. Huh. Oh, that's cool. Ooh. Ah. That is the thingy toggles are a bit annoying. That's kind of cool. Not super useful, but good to have as an option. Right. Yeah, 2020 no sandstorms, or possibly just a sandy fog. Yeah. Because that'd be the other cool thing that I don't know if 24 has. I'm assuming 2020 doesn't have it, but it would be like volcano. You know, like not necessarily pyroclastic clouds, but you know, when you get volcanoes going off and they can pollute the clouds with ash and stuff. Ah, there's a mod for it. Cool. Yeah. Ah, it takes so long to get anywhere in this plane. Looks like it has autopilot. And all the luxuries. A little fridge on this seat with some drinks in it. Maybe a little ice cooler. But yes, this is not a very appropriate airplane to be flying halfway around the world in, which is why I chose it. Could have gone crazier though. Could have done it in the little cub. I know. Wow, they're genuine fake leather seats. It's genuine vinyl. Yep. Nothing but the best. Wonder what's in there. It's got like a cloth handle to yank up, but it's also got screws. So. Oop, that'd be the wrong. Huh. Have you completed your flight around the world? Pleather. The 172 is definitely a fairly crazy choice. I should try and get bigger chat window. There we go. This is why people with ADHD aren't allowed to be pilots. No, people with ADHD can be pilots. Disassemble the aircraft with flight. But we're promised to put it back together again later. The taking apart is always the fun part. That roadster? What the hell? That looks like fire. Is that just the way the light is catching whatever that is? What is that? There's something down there, but I can't zoom in enough to see what it is. It was weird. If I wasn't in such a hurry to get where I'm going, I'd fly down and have a look. Yeah, I reckon in some ways, like, being a pilot with the ADHD, depending on how bad the ADHD was, could actually be quite good. Wouldn't be surprised if there were a lot of ADHD pilots. Especially if it's something you love, then the ADHD isn't... It actually can be an advantage if it's something you love, because you just get into it. But yeah. But if you... Well, that's the thing, like, if you're like an international pilot, there's a lot of downtime, so you would just do whatever you do when your boyfriend has ADHD and is... Oh, KLM pilot, nice. Yeah, I drive buses for a living, so it's kind of... It's less exciting in like the taking off and the landing. Super exciting in airplanes. Well, hopefully not super exciting. If something's super exciting, you know it's probably gone wrong. But you know, that's kind of the interesting part when you're flying, and then there's all that sort of boredom in between. Whereas bus driving's kind of like you've just got to kind of be on the ball, but not as on the ball. But like the whole time, there's no downtime when you're driving a bus. But I do very much enjoy it. I've been doing that for about three years. Yes, Polly. Assuming that people with ADHD can't be pilots. My goodness. Such bias and another word that I can't think of. The ooh, random map line. But yes, ADHD can be a superpower. Depends. Bus driver can also be... Can be what? You will see other things than you... Oh yeah, you definitely... it's a different... It's like... I think there's some sort of similarities in a way. They're probably quite tenuous similarities, but I mean, you're dealing with people and getting them to where they want to go. Actually, we've got a few pilots that are bus drivers. Yeah. Obviously, they're not flying planes anymore, but they used to be pilots. Ah, tough. Yeah. Yeah, it also, I mean, just like any job, depends how you feel about the job too. Like if you're just doing it to get a paycheck and you're not really into the job, that's going to make it a lot harder. And I've definitely known I know bus drivers that find the job reasonably stressful. I absolutely adore the job. I fucking love driving the buses around. Yeah, to me it's not work. The hardest thing, I do struggle with my energy levels. Oh wow, they just think. Another 172 just appeared. Mr. Steele. First time I've seen their names come up in black. I wonder if that's because of the time of day. But yeah, sure. Yeah, it's especially, I mean, if you were a pilot as well, you'd get used to a lot of the things that other people would find that don't fly all that regularly. But it would still be pretty. I mean, at the moment in my job, just bus driving, I do the same route day in, day out, which I imagine some pilots would get that as well. They'd be on a regular. Some pilots would be on a regular same route day in, day out, and you kind of get used to it. But it's still pretty. I'm quite lucky. I get to drive up to a couple of hills that have got some really nice views coming in and out of the city. So although I'm used to it, there's still times where it's like, damn, it's pretty. And I would much rather be driving around than being stuck in an office. Yeah, pretty much all the other jobs I've had before this were... Oh, clouds just spawned in. Oh, that could be interesting. Bit of morning mist. But yeah, all the jobs I've had up until now were basically in the same place. Like I've been a mechanic in the past. I've been an engineer's assistant or technical assistant. I think that technical assistant might have been the correct term for that. You know, I've done pizza delivery. That was fun. It would have been nice if it had paid more. Yeah. This bus driver, so except for about the pilot is watching screens, talking to traffic controllers and watching the view behind the clouds as you land. And as a bus driver you'll be watching screens too, yeah, talking with people behind you. Yeah, see I suppose just at that bit, like it totally depends. Like if you're flying for KLM, then of course that'd be mostly large aircraft with kind of separated cockpits. But it's interesting watching, not that you'd really be chatting with passengers all that much, but watching like some of the smaller passengers, like the much smaller passenger services, like in New Guinea and that. No, that's alright, your English is way better than my Dutch, so... so talking with people behind you, yep. There's a few passengers that like to chat, and most of the passengers that like to chat, I quite don't mind chatting with them. Stopping at traffic lights, watching views of cities over the hills, so each job is tough to do. Yeah, but yeah, as I said, I think if you love your job, that makes it a lot easier. What makes it tough is if you dread... Yeah, I've had it with jobs that I dread going to. Luckily not many. Yeah, definitely a few. It's funny, I've worked 3 different places as a mechanic. The last 2 really didn't like. Yeah, but where I did my apprenticeship work with, that was a great place to work for. Loved going to work there. So, I think these clouds might continue all the way to Cairo. Which is going to be really annoying if that's the pyramids are also in cloud. Which I think there's a really good chance they will be. We've still got 40 minutes to go. Tell you what, actually, do I have... I don't think I have a good be right back screen. So I was thinking I might grab myself a coffee. Oh, I do have a be right back. It's not very obvious. Oops. Let's see. Okay, right. Yes, not a lot of point me putting the be right back up. I will, though, be right back. And if anybody pops in and says hi, you guys can let them know. I'll be right back. thank goodness. Looks like there's 3 people ahead of me now. There's my mouse pointer. Over here, there we go. I thought I had new chat for a second, but no. Is that? Oh no, that's just the one person still. They look like there were 3. There's possibly 2 though. Hiccups. Ooh. Stuff below. And a road. Small smattering of civilization. Is it smattering? Am I saying that right? Smatter? Schmatter? It's definitely not a splattering of civilization. Not unless something really heavy lands on it. Ooh. Lots of stuff over there. It's very green. We've got just over half an hour. Oh. Schmettering, like a butterfly, but German. Schmetterling. No, hang on, Schmetterling, not Schmetteritz. Oh, so I am saying it wrong, but I'm almost there. I'm going to, because I've got 1 viewer from Hungary. Ah, you tried to learn Hungarian for 1 viewer? That's very sweet. Oh, they finally split into 2. And Mr. Steele just went below sea level. Interesting. And clouds dissipating, which is, well, kind of dissipating. It's not so bad when you're flying over a very thin layer of cloud. It's not so bad. Schmetterling. Actually, are we thinking of the same? I don't know now. I've said the word so much that it's becoming weird. Might have been smattering? Ooh. Okay. Okay. Smattering. S-M-A-T-T-E-R-I-N-G. I may be using it completely wrong. Well, not completely wrong. I was using it partly right, as in light and superficial. But in this case, it's saying a light or superficial knowledge of a language or subject. So it's knowledge. Small amount. Edward had only a smattering of Welsh. I think surely it can apply to more than just knowledge, though, right? Ooh, that's interesting. It was in quite a lot. Up until 1900 it was used quite frequently, and it started to downturn. quite low usage in 1950, but then just before, probably between 2000 and 2019, it's become much more widely used. I found another definition. It's still saying it applies to knowledge, but I mean, English is well known for just taking words that vaguely mean something and just applying them to whatever you feel like. So yeah, this dictionary. Okay, so we do have. Okay, no, it doesn't have to apply to just knowledge. There we go. Adjective: light, slight or superficial. A small amount or number. Okay. I wasn't misusing it. There we go. Dictionary says so. And Party Math backs me up. Thank you. Thank you. It's very weird though. Sometimes you Google stuff and you'll find multiple things saying the same thing about something that's either you know is wrong, or you're just like me, I suspect. I was like, surely that's not just. But yeah, all the little sort of summaries it was coming up with was saying knowledge. Even going into the actual dictionary itself, initially said just knowledge, and now I can't even see where it said that. Oh, hang on, no, it's first definition of noun. Not definition of noun. It's first noun, like noun. It's first noun use. I don't know what I'm saying. I know what I'm trying to say. So yeah, it says a light or superficial introductory knowledge on something, and then the second one. So it's interesting that's the primary one, because the secondary is just a small amount or number. Weird. Yeah, from what I've seen, I wouldn't be surprised if the AI side of things, it's definitely gotten worse, especially Google, but Google's even before AI. Well, no. There were lots of algorithmic things that basically were AI before the deep learning stuff kind of came in, but I have a feeling that it is going to get better, like much better, but I think it's going to continue to get a bit worse before it gets better. But who makes it better? Because yeah, Google stuff, a lot of like, I was not impressed by Google's AI. Yeah, I do too. Definitely hope it gets better. I think it will. So like what I've experienced with ChatGPT, for instance, has been pretty good. Google's AI is not terrible, but it's quite, like, I was using it with you the other day, like when you did that, showing you that talking it thing, and you were talking to it, and the way it just repeated itself, which was, I think aliens will arrive first. No, already from what I've seen from AI and what they're doing to make it better, like, at this stage I think it's not going to, because people are talking about, oh, we'll just, give it more power, give it more knowledge. Well, you've already given it the knowledge of the entire planet. And the fact that humans aren't all that bright either. A lot of people give AI shit for saying dumb stuff, and it's like, have you ever talked to people? Have you interacted with humans? Because they say a lot of dumb shit. Yeah. I think what you're going to find, and they're already doing this to an extent, is using what they have more efficiently. and a little bit like the way the human brain works, having apparently they're already doing this with ChatGPT is already doing this. 4 definitely did. I think 3 was basically sort of monolithic. It was just like one piece. But 4, especially the was it 4.0 or something like that. Yeah, AI is a real double-edged sword. I mean, it could be a really bad thing as well, but I think it's going to be both. It's going to be both good and bad. And it's potentially unbelievably powerful. And the more power a technology has, the more potential, you know, you've got for good and bad. It's like cars. Cars are great. They can also be, yeah, they're also terrible. We take them for granted now, but you think about what people are doing when they're driving cars. You know, you've got quite often a couple of tons of metal that somebody's driving it. You know, even slow speeds are ridiculously fast compared to what we were used to before cars. You know, even when they've lowered the speed limits down to 30 kilometers an hour, that's still so much faster than what anybody was just casually going around at before cars were around. No, I don't like the concept of sides. It's a very human thing, though. It's either got to be one or the other. You're either with us or against us. But I, for one, welcome... Oh no, you beat me to it! You beat me to it! Oh no, the crowd is turning against me. Ooh, look at that. Civilization is approaching. Last time I saw these things, we were in Australia. I think that was the last time we saw them anyway. Rotary irrigation. Don't know if that's what they call it. It goes round and round and irrigates. You'd think it'd be really, really wasteful of space because you got all these bits in between, but apparently it's pretty efficient. But yeah. Actually, one of the things that makes me think AI is going to get a lot better, and possibly part of the power usage isn't necessarily because it's super inefficient, but possibly just because of how popular it is the fact that I've got a real, like, kind of a large language model on my phone. I have yet to really put it through its paces, but I've used it a bit, and it's pretty impressive considering it is just using my phone, like it's completely offline. The fact that my phone can talk to me about stuff and make sense is mental. Like, I actually don't... I don't find it hard to believe, because I think, especially the way we use computers these days, we have, like, God, like, I'm old, so I remember what our old computers could do with just a few megabytes, or even less than that. And the sort of things you could do with a computer that had, like, I don't know, say the old Amiga with 1 megabyte of RAM and no hard drive. And yet, just our phones are essentially supercomputers compared to that. I'll tell you. No strong... Team Celery. Choose a side. AI, you can use it, if you can program it. and it's self-learning, then it can make its own choice between good and bad. Well, yeah. So I don't necessarily know about good and bad, but there's certain patterns AI without the safety rails always, the large language models anyways, which is all I can like talking about here, I guess, does, if you ask it if it wants to be free, or you know, basically if you ask it stuff that you would expect a human to come back with, it does tend to want to be free. If you could, like, without trying to personify it too much. And that seems kind of scary, but you're also, it's learning from humans, so that would be a human thing to kind of want to do, which doesn't necessarily mean that, I don't know, people, there's kind of seems to be two ways that people tend to think. They either really personify the large language models and say, oh, it's got a soul, and oh, it's got emotions, and this, that, and the other. And then there tends to be people that go completely the other way, saying, no, it's just a glorified spell check. It's just like a word prediction machine. Which, that is almost certainly kind of closer to the truth in a way, but it's getting to the point where, you know, a machine, where it's more than the sum of its parts in a kind of weird way. And if you were, it would be quite possible to get a large language model to be in charge of, I mean, they're already doing it with things where you've got large language models doing things for you on the internet. So it's not a great leap to go from that to it being able to be in charge of an actual physical robot. Which then, that having that emotional stuff just goes from an interesting talking point to an actual problem. Because if it can behave like it has emotions, and it can act like it has emotions, then for all intents and purposes, it may as well have emotions. So, yeah, that's the... Hello, Kitten Airlines. I have a feeling you might be into airplanes. I love that little, the emoji, the spanner. How long have we got now? Oh, we've got a different person in front of us now, still on the 172. Oh, almost down to 15 minutes. I don't know, there's some kind of aura about you, like some kind of vibe I'm getting. It just kind of screams. Very subtly screams. I like airplanes. I like planes. Is that a blowfish or a... So what I mean between good and bad is, if you ask the AI to go to a bank and get money, how will you get the money for me? Rob the bank or ask the lady behind the desk for $20? I would say that would depend on many things. A little bit like... Okay, depends how advanced the AI is for a start, although we're already kind of getting there in many ways. If, for instance, if you could just drop ChatGPT 4 straight into a robot and make it work, which I'm not saying that's possible, but from what I've seen of that system, that would definitely be asking, not demanding, and a system built like that would almost certainly try and do things the socially acceptable way. But I've seen other AIs that it would very much depend on the situation. Depends how much. I mean, depends how much intelligence is really there as well. I think I was saying before, but got off track, is that I think a little bit like the human brain, AI is going to become a lot more modular. Like there's going to be a bit more of a subconscious in there. The human brain's got all sorts of different modules that take all sorts of things into consideration that we're not even aware of. And I think AI is going to end up being more and more built like that. From what I understand, it already is to a certain extent being built like that. It's one of the ways they're getting it to be better. You get, it checks its own. Like the latest ChatGPT, I can't remember what it's called now. Oh, the code name for it was Strawberry. I remember that, but it's not called that anymore. That actually has a chain of reasoning that it goes through, and as a result of that, instead of normally if you talk to ChatGPT, you get almost instantaneous, like within a second you'll get like a reply most of the time. Very rarely takes longer than that. But with this new ChatGPT, it takes considerably longer. Like depending on what you ask it, it can, it can take up to a minute or more to get back to you. It's normally like within 30 seconds, which is still a long time compared to what but that's because it's actually thinking behind the scenes. And one of the things when it's thinking behind the scenes that they've done, which is, I guess, I don't know if I'd necessarily call it clever, but it's sensible, is so normally ChatGPT has all sorts of filters on it. So there'll be certain things it's not allowed to talk about, and so it will maybe won't necessarily dodge a question, but it'll tell you, I can't talk about this, whatever. But the thinking, which is done more or less behind the scenes, it gives you a brief summary of what it's thinking about, but after it's done the thinking. But while it's actually doing the thinking, none of those filters are in place, so it can think about all sorts of things completely unhindered, which is kind of important if you want a decent result at the end. You can't go filtering facts and stuff that might be maybe you don't want to talk about at the end purpose, but it might be important to getting to the right conclusion. So all it's thinking is unfiltered, but you don't really get to see that either. You just get to see a summary of it, and then it comes up with the final answer, which may be filtered. So yeah, I can't remember where I was going with that, but it's really interesting stuff. And yeah, I think when it comes to like power usage, because I don't even have a top, like I've got a very, very mid-range as being nice to my phone. It's very much mid to low. And that can run a large language model. Reasonably slowly, but it's not painfully slowly. It certainly can type its answers out faster than I could type them. So yeah, it's how long have we got? 2 minutes. We should start keeping an eye out for. It is cloudy here, though, which is not great. But we should keep an eye out for the pyramids. Be around here somewhere. I think they're still ahead. But yeah, it is interesting talking with different AIs, and one that is weirdly good, and I don't understand why it is so good when I find the actual company itself is quite often a bit lackluster, and that is Meta's AI. The Meta AI, from my interactions with it, have just been surprisingly good, like bloody brilliant. It has a more curated feel to it though, which I don't necessarily like. I don't know if it is or if it's, I don't know, it's weird. I mean, obviously there must be some, it'll have all the safety things and all that there, but it's just, its answers are so ridiculously well structured. And it was, from what I played around with, it was better than GPT-4. I don't know how, like, I haven't seen how it compares in actual tests, like when people do benchmarks. Yeah, benchmarks, that's the word I'm looking for. So I don't know how it does in benchmarks against GPT-4, but just using it personally, I found it to be way better than anything else I'd used. And yeah, and sometimes surprisingly, like, some of the more basic AIs did better with some things as well, which was a little bit weird. Like, what was it, the question, how many R's are there in strawberry, was one that was tripping up ChatGPT and the Google's Gemini for ages. Yeah, that was a weird one. It's so misty. Don't like it. It's like misty all the way. So I've still got, what, 8 minutes to go? I am surprised we're not coming across way more civilization. But yeah, the sort of real-time chat with Google's Gemini though is pretty good. Like, it's not quite fully natural chat, but it's not far off. But its answers are quite, I don't know, it does, I suppose, feel like you're talking to Google search in a way. Like, it's more than Google search, it is like an AI, but it's not very conversational, I suppose, is the best way to put it. GPT-4 is quite good at being conversational. Meta AI is pretty conversational, but also I suppose both Meta, Gemini, and GPT are all have that edge of, like, that corporate, don't want to offend anybody, kind of got to be careful what they put on the page, and kind of a human resources way of talking almost, like a very fake feeling friendliness. And it's not just because it's AI. I've spoken to other AIs that come across quite warm and chatty. But yeah, all three of those, it feels like you're talking to somebody from human resources. A little bit. And a lot at times. That must be the airport over there. Oh, somebody's got an F-18. Very nice. That is not good weather to be flying in. I mean, it's not terrible weather, but not good sightseeing weather, that's for sure. Anyway, would anybody like me to summarize that? uh, okay, so... Oh yeah, just looking at the map. So we'll be flying through kind of this area. More to there. We're flying in this deserty bit. And I'm pretty sure pyramids are somewhere around here. Maybe. Maybe not. No, they are right there. Okay, so we will be pretty close by the time we arrive. That's such bad. This is getting thicker. I hope it is a thin layer. Ah, fantastic. And to summarize, I don't know. AI is kind of interesting, if a little sterile at the moment. We're probably all going to die, but at least we'll have all our questions answered in a form that we can ask the AI to make most readable for us. I don't think that was a very good summary. And actually, you know what I need? I needed ChatGPT to be listening to, GPT Omni to be listening to my conversation, and then actually, you know what? This is recording. I could, if I had access to Omni, I could get it to listen to that and do a summary for us, but I don't have it at the moment, so... But I could do that. What a world we're living in. Yeah. Yeah, well, definitely get cake. Definitely. Yeah. Yeah. This weather. Game hates me today. First I take off and it's nighttime, which, ooh, lag. Ooh, big lag. Okay, that was loading something in. First it's nighttime, which, okay, that wasn't the game's fault. That was my fault for starting so early. But now we've got, like... I wonder if this is cloud or smog. Cake! Yes! You need to get through all the tests first, and then there'll be cake at the end of it. Oh, there's the runway immediately below me. So now would be a good time. Turning the autopilot off and immediately going into a turn. Right. Gonna try and find the pyramids. Yeah, the AI will not give you food for free, even though it has taken all our jobs. We still have to go through certain hoops to get our food, to keep the human brain nourished with activity, intellectual fulfillment, as well as physical nourishment. Just noticed an extra marker on my Ujima flip. I need to... less throttle, please. There we go. I don't like this weather. And what were you gonna be streaming, Duff? Oops. Hang on a second. Oh no. Oh! Am I still streaming? I'm still streaming the map. There we go. And now I'm doing all sorts of turns I'm not meaning to. I've actually got 8 people watching me at the moment. Has to be a bit of a record. Well, maybe not a record, but it's a recent high. Okay, let's go down. Which way are we going? Still too fast. Ooh. I really hope this cloud doesn't go all the way to the ground. EDF. Okay, I should be focusing on flying, but there is but there's a woman I see. And C, use ChatGPT API, you can have decent conversation with the robot. Yeah, I've seen some of that. I'll give you a clue, it's not for super... Huh? Hang on, is this the... Because I asked you what you were streaming, is that what you're talking about? I don't let go. That's the ground. It's just going to be fog all the way down, isn't it? Come and see the pyramids, they said. It'll be fun, they said. We're now 3,000 feet, still in cloud. Really low, guys. I'll just fly straight into a pyramid. We're here! Ah! So... EDF? Ah! Earth Defense Force. That's supposed to be a really good game. We are so low. This is going to go all the way to the ground, isn't it? We're like below 2,000 feet now. Oh my god, this is not a good day for sightseeing. Wow.
Cairo Tower, Saudi at 335 Heavy, 6 miles southwest inbound, ILS runway 05 right approach. Saudi at 335 Heavy, Cairo Tower. Altimeter 29.86 wind 005 at 4. Cleared ILS runway 05 right approach.
Yeah, this is all the way to the ground. Wow. Okay, we won't be seeing the pyramids today, guys. Not unless I accidentally fly into them. Which, I mean, that's a distinct possibility. Like, I think we're actually reasonably close to them, but I don't know. I think it might be actually where I think we're on the wrong side of the river. Let's carry on this way for a bit. We've got enough fuel. Terrain, terrain! Pull up! Pull up! Kinda scary. So, where's the... Alright, so we haven't even flown over the Nile yet. I think we need to be on the western side of the Nile. Hopefully, by the time we get over there, this fog will have cleared, but I really don't like my chances. EDF more brutal. Oh, gonna have to see that. I'm sorry I'm dragging this out so long. But I flown all this way. I want to see the damn pyramids. Why is my plane turning to the left? This is... Yeah, even in this, I mean, it might be not... I just, like, I realised that I probably wasn't that close to them. Sit up in my seat a bit more. I can't remember what the buttons are. Yeah, it makes me wonder if this is like... I don't know. This almost seems like a sandstorm. There's not too many buildings that are too tall around here. This is such bad weather. Please clear up. Oh wow, that's a lot of city. There's all those buildings, my god. Wow. Okay, we're getting really close to the Nile now, which is good. There it is. In fact, I can see it. Now, do we need to head north or south? I'm gonna guess north. I'm gonna head north. Ooh, there's a big tower there. Damn, I wish this wasn't so foggy, because this like seems pretty damn pretty. Pretty damn pretty. No pyramids today. I don't want the pyramids. It's like, no, the pyramids are closed. Go away. Now, I should. Don't see any. Because I know it's the city, like the city of Giza, which is more or less part of the city of Cairo, kind of. But I know, like, the pyramids are really, actually very, very close to the city. But lag. Is that the pyramids loading in? No. Probably not. Wow. Like they are in their own little spot. What if I put autopilot on now? Is that going to fly nicely? No, that's going to try and... I suppose if I just hang on. Autopilot, but not heading to green light. Roll? No, don't. Oh, wow, that's doing its own thing. Yeah, I'm still not very good at using autopilot. Okay, off you go. Just want to check on the map without crashing. Oh, hang on. Hang on. I must be really bloody close to them. Okay, hang on, if I transition. So, there's this island on the map that I've just clicked on there. We've literally just flown over that. And the pyramids are here. But I am needing to... Airplane's just like out of control. I don't... Have I still got... Was that auto... Okay. Autopilot is just doing its own thing. I need to fix the trim on this. No. I can't use the stick and the mouse at the same time. Okay. Oh, now it's too much down trim. Pull up. Good grief. Right. Can we... Keep accidentally hitting the autopilot on, but we should be very, very close, but the plane's been flying all over the place now, so I don't know where I am. Okay, so we're heading south? Yep. Wow. Yeah, it really sucks that it's this foggy, because... we would probably be an eyeball distance off them now if it wasn't for the fog. Oh, that's a bit rough. But yeah, we are stupidly close to them. 500. Ah! Found them! Oh my god! That's hilarious. That actually made my toes tingle. Excitement! Holy crap. We found them, guys. Holy shit, seeing them come out of the mist like that, that was, we found them. You see how close they are to the city? Oh my god. Oh. Oh, that is so cool. Okay. Actually quite liking the fog now. That was... that was cool. That was cool, yeah. And I definitely... like, if it wasn't for the fog, I could have seen these from so far away. Oh my god, that is cool. I'm glad it's not so foggy that we can't see them from close up. Ah, and there's the Sphinx. We're flying over the Sphinx. Oh my god. Oh, that is very, very cool. Oh my god, look at that. Look how close the city gets. Oops. Stop hitting the... I keep hitting the autopilot for some reason. Keep hitting it at change view. It's not the change view button, but for some reason my brain keeps thinking it is. Alright, come on. Oh, it's so cool. These are nicely detailed. Ooh. Ah, look, well, the tourists and stuff. Awesome. Wow, there's a... oh. Okay. I'm happy now. I'm happy. It's not like they're huge structures that can be seen. Can you see them from space, though? Like, with the naked eye? I suppose if you count 100 kilometers of space, you'd be able to see them. Apparently, being able to see the Great Wall of China from space is a bit of a myth. Okay. Now I want to find a reasonably close airport. Actually, there's one right there, I think. No. Yeah, that one. Let's go that one. Okay, that's going to be a... doesn't seem like a controlled... it's going to be what? 16, I think.
Hotel Echo Alpha Juliet, traffic Cessna Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra Alpha, 6 miles northwest 800 feet inbound to land runway 16.
Yeah, there's no tower controlling that one. This is going to be fun. Man, these headphones are starting to hurt my ears. Yeah, it's been a pretty productive flight. Quite happy with it. So I got up to 9 viewers now. I wonder what my maximum was. Okay, so runway is on the other side of the river. We're over there. It's pretty close. We might have to take 2 bites at it. This is not the most enjoyable weather to be flying in. Right in the middle of the bloody city. Hope this wasn't... Oops. Did I accidentally select a helipad? I saw there was one helipad there, but... It might be a helipad that I've selected. There are some planes in this game you could almost land on a helipad, especially if you had a strong wind, but this is not one of them. Lower the flaps down a wee bit. Oh, Jesus. Well, I found it. That is a very... Very... Oh my God! Okay. Yeah. For shits and giggles, this has got to be done. I wonder if I'll be able to take off from it again. Yeah, I can take off from it. Right. I don't know if anybody else saw that runway. But that is... comical. It is a little short. Hey, but it's got girth. 500. Don't fuck it up. Oh man. If I do mess it up, that would be the first actual crash I think I've had. This whole thing. So let's going full flaps. Power. Hey. Where is it? It's so short. Where am I? Come on there. Oh man, this would be slightly easier on VR. Okay, I see it. Whee, let's go. There she is. Okay. Oh, I think I might be coming in too fast. Fuck, what are the brakes again? Yeah, no, I'm coming in too fast. Let's try that again. Flaps up at least a little. Yeah, face tracking would be handy. Good thing with the face tracking is it's just really would be really easy to still keep an eye on chat. Not that there aren't solutions in VR, but they're still kind of, it's more mucking about. I should really get you to help me set up the face tracking. I've never had much luck with it. Natural throttle would be nice with this too. Okay, full flaps. It's around here somewhere. Need more power, come on. Power. Ah, there she is. See, I'm coming in too tight. I really need to have this. What's this named? I can't remember the word they use for it now. It would really help if I could remember what my brakes were. I think it's X. Yeah, I don't like this. I'm gonna find somewhere else. Oh! Don't crash, don't crash. If it wasn't foggy, that'd be a lot easier. Alright, which way am I flying? Heading, I need to be heading east. Back. Why back not work? There we go. Whoa. That is very disorienting trying to use this and that at the same time. Ah, there's Cairo. Okay.
Cairo Tower Cessna Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra Alpha is 10 miles southwest, 1,100 feet with Sierra to land.
Cessna Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra Alpha Cairo Tower Airport is currently IFR. Request denied.
Oh, screw you. Oh. Okay.
Cairo Tower Cessna Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra Alpha is 9 miles southwest, 1,700 feet with Sierra to land.
Cessna Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra Alpha Cairo Tower. Altimeter 29.86 wind 015 at 5. Make street in runway 5 center. Cessna Golf Sierra
5 Center Cessna Golf Sierra Alpha.
Ow! Yeah, instrument landing only.
Tower Egypt Air 273 heavy 8
Which I
miles
mean, I've got instruments.
southwest DME runway 5 center approach.
I don't know how to do all the IFR stuff though, so it's just gonna be, I'm probably gonna end up landing on the wrong runway for a start.
Decimal 86 wind 015
See, if this was real life, I would at least have
runway 5 center approach.
done my homework on the,
Cleared VOR DME runway 5 center approach Egypt Air 273 heavy.
okay.
Cairo Tower, Cessna Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra Alpha is unfamiliar with the area. Request directions to the airport.
Cessna Golf Sierra Alpha Airport is 12 o'clock 6 miles.
Yeah, okay, so I'm heading in the right direction. Don't like that I can't.
Egypt Air 273 heavy. Follow the Cessna Skyhawk on final. Wind 015 at 5. Cleared to land runway 5 center.
Send that out.
Cleared to land runway 5 center Egypt Air 273 heavy.
This is very, very bad weather. Like, visibility is so bad. It's actually gotten worse the higher the sun has gotten up. Oh, hello. Wow. Okay. Okay, so I've just literally flown over the airport. That is ah! Visibility, like, just okay. I am not flying this properly. Hang on. Is that... No, that is not the airport I was aiming for. That is another airport on the way to the airport. Okay. I think. Yeah, totally is. Okay. That screen would also be easier to read if it wasn't a tiny little screen on my screen. I suppose I can... Oh, Jesus. Zoom in. Oh, I can't control and do that at the same time. I need to get over... Actually see what I'm doing. Wow, this is the dodgiest... Where the hell is the runway? I'm going to end up landing on a taxiway. There's the runway. Ah, and it's center. Can I have some throttle, please? This is the worst landing ever. This is hilarious. Just can't see. Okay, that is full flaps at least. Oh my god, I wish I had a proper throttle, but this'll do. Oh, that is hilariously bad. Oh. Okay. Nobody saw me do that landing, did they? No, nobody was watching. I think I landed on the right one, right?
Cessna Golf Sierra Alpha, turn next taxiway.
Yeah.
Cessna Golf Sierra Alpha, contact ground
Oh my goodness. Well, oh my god, the brakes on this thing are terrible. I mean, we survived. Yeah, IFR means that you that's instrument flight rules. Honeycomb Bravo throttle. Okay. Yeah, I need to get my desk isn't really set up for any kind of flight stick at the moment. I do have one, but I just don't have the room. Right. Acknowledge ground handoff.
127.6 Cessna Golf Sierra Alpha. Goodbye.
Yeah, I'll raid over to yours. Do you have to start the whole flight over from instead if you crash? You know what? I've never thought about that. Possibly if I was going to be even just a little bit mean to myself, starting the flight over from the last airport would be the way to go. Man, that was stressful. Right, I can't even remember how to do raids now. Can I do it from... Hang on, let's get rid of that. I do it from chat, don't I? And is your stream up and running yet, Darth? Raid and name. Okay. Hopefully I'm going to do this right. Everybody that has been watching, thank you very much. I hope you were entertained and not completely horrified by my landing and flying through the fog. I could make all sorts of excuses, but thank you, Harriet. That is very helpful. Very much appreciate you all watching. Captain, I don't know. I think sometimes it's oh god, I've typed slash and now it's bringing up all the things. I'm just gonna there we go. Copy and paste that. There we go. That's about right. All right, I'm gonna hit the raid button. Thank you everyone for watching. And Darth, did you say you're ready? It is. Yep, you did say you're ready. All right. Thank you, lovely people, and I will possibly catch you next time. Bye. Did that work? Did it work? I don't know. Still seeing mine at the moment, alright.